Welcome to the Tax Credit Interface Upgrade Overview session. This session will focus on the latest new features as of October 2007. We will provide a brief instructional overview of existing tax credit compliance features, then discuss the new features and how you will use the upgrade. MultiSite enforces tax credit compliance through the effective use of unit types. Every user does not have administrative privileges to change unit types. Usually, rights to change unit types are given to users with advanced training in tax credit compliance. Once a unit is set, MultiSite will restrict data entry of non-qualified households. This simple strategy of controlling the unit types and limiting the changing of unit types is what helps you keep your property or buildings in compliance with tax credit regulations. What is a unit type? If I ask you what does 1BR stand for, you would surely say it denotes a one-bedroom unit, and you would be right. 1BR is an example of a unit type. If you had a conventional site, this would be a fine designation, unless you wanted to tell me more about the unit. For example, 1BR2 could be a one-bedroom on the second floor. In the tax credit and/or HUD world, you would find it useful to tell something more about a unit type like 1BR-8. You could denote a Section 8 one-bedroom, or a 1BR-60 could denote a 60% one-bedroom qualifying unit. You may create as many different unit types as you need to cover all the requirements of your project. A unit may only have one unit type at any particular time. The unit type designation holds more information than can reasonably be listed in a common name like 1BR-60. Each unit type can hold additional information useful for automated testing against tax credit rules. Some of the other descriptors are number of bedrooms, percent income, percent set aside, home high unit, home low unit, number of units, and max units, and a few other descriptors. When each unit type is filled out with required information, the important task of compliance testing is more reliable. All that remains is to properly assign each unit the correct unit type. This latest upgrade helps you consider each unit change with enough information to help keep your project in tax credit and/or HUD contract compliance. Once a property and/or buildings are balanced to meet the applicable fractions, set-asides, and income levels, the property will stay in compliance. This does not mean that units are fixed once set up. Unit type may be changed by authorized personnel as long as the change does not place the project. Unit type may be changed by authorized personnel as long as the change does not place the project in jeopardy of losing tax credits. The existing tools for testing the project tax credit compliance status are View Buildings, View TC Summary, the What If Move-In form, and the Change Unit Type form. Let me show you each one of these. First, I'm going to go over to Management Views, and I'm going to click the Buildings icon. This is the Buildings view, where it shows one building on each line. This just shows the bin, the square foot, the units, percent income, percent set aside, number of vacancies, number of ready units, number of market units, number of tax credit units, number of commercial units, number of down units, square foot market, square foot tax credit, and the applicable fraction. The second existing test that we have is the tax credit summary. What we see here is just about everything that you might need to know about a unit and a project. You can also right-click and print that. And then the last existing test that we have is the What If. I go up to Tools, What If. We can play basically two tests here. We can test a move-in for a low-income unit, or we can test a move-in for a market. First, let's test the move-in for a low-income. It says, passed, you may move in. And then there's information about the building, the unit, the home, and then the test rules down here. So now I'm going to test the market move-in. It says, passed, you may move in. And that is the what-if form. Well, here we are, finally, at the big upgrade change. The change that we've made is to the change unit type form. What we're looking at right now is a list of units. Remember, we were talking about unit types. This column right here shows that there are 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom 60s, and 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom 50s, and a market unit, a 2BR. Now, I have focus on this vacant unit up here, signifying by the blue line across there, and I'm going to click the change unit type form because we were thinking about moving somebody in here. This is a new unit type change form. Some of this form remains the same, but we've made some important additions. The current values here, we were selected on a 2-bedroom 60%. The unit type history form over here, not form, but grid, it's the same. This would show all the changes that this unit has had to unit types over a period of time. The unit types grid here is the same, and this gives us all of the unit types available to us to change to. There's a 2-bedroom market, 2-bedroom 50, and a 60. Well, this is already a 60, so we don't need to change it, but let's just run a test on here on 2-bedroom 50%. When I clicked on that, this grid over here fills up, and this is brand new. This has each thing that we're testing for, or a description, before and after. The unit type was 2-bedroom 60 to 50. And then as I scroll down here, it tests primary set-asides, applicable fraction test passed, vacant unit rule test passed, primary set-aside passed, passed, and the additional set-asides. Now, before it was failed, and after it passed. That's because we moved from a 60 to a 50. Well, let's see what happens if I make this a 60%, just like it was. If I go down here, we can see that indeed, that before this started, this additional set-asides did not pass. There were not enough 50% units in here to start with. So we're going to leave this at 50%. Now, you can right-click, print all rows, and this will print out for your records or compliance officer. The last grid to talk about right here are the list of units that are over income and need next available unit to be low. If there were any, they would show up here, and it would not let you move in a market unit. In summary, the new change unit type form tests for different additional set-asides, incomes, contracts, and displays a printable report of test results showing before and after values for each test. Now, each trial unit type change is tested before the proposed change and after the proposed change. The tests run are applicable fraction rule, primary set-aside, all additional set-asides, next available unit rule, home units, student rule, vacant rule, and transient tenant rule. Each test is automatically tested as a single building or project or property as necessary. MultiSite is aware of your IRS Form 8609 and 8609A characteristics. This means that, among other things, the test will run specific to deep skewed, tax credit bond, project multiple building election, and minimum set-aside requirements. This concludes the tax credit upgrade demonstration. We hope it was helpful for you. Please don't hesitate to call MultiSite Technical Support for more instruction on how to use this new form. Thank you.